Hi, my name is Leyla Ahmadova, and today I want to share with you my challenges and everything that I faced during my personal project, which I did over the course of a bit this year and a lot last year. My personal project goal was to create 2 flip books about global issues that were still in relevancy today. One of my flip books was about Marsha P. Johnson, a gay liberation activist who was active throughout 1960s and 1970s, and my second flip book was about water pollution. The way that I achieved this goal was by illustrating a message through a form of art, which is flipbook, to spread awareness or educate people. And I presented my product through videos on my website. Since my project was about spreading awareness by fighting the injustices and educating people on global issues, my global context for my project was fairness and development. Some of the challenges I had with my personal project were time management, steps in the process of creating a flipbook, focusing on one goal. I think from the challenges that I faced, time management was my biggest because I tried to manage school, class assignments, and my personal project at the same time, and that was too much pressure. Even though I did meet the deadlines on time, instead of working on my project every day, I worked on it only during the weekends and sometimes on weekdays. I really think if I had a strictly planned schedule, I would have accomplished it way faster, or if I had done it during the summer. I started in September. Although I will say part of the reason why it took me so long was because I had to finish drawing 2 of my flip books, and then I was on to coloring them, and I did this like way after I was done with them. And for some reason the coloring process was so long. I thought the coloring process would have been the easiest one, but it wasn't. It was probably the most time consuming one because I wanted to get it very perfect and detailed. Some steps in creating the Marsha P. Johnson flipbook, which was only one step that was throughout the whole flipbook. It was very challenging for me, and that step was the walking cycle that I had to create to show my character walking at every stage of her life. So the walking cycle is basically how a person would normally walk, and it consists of 4 to 5 parts, and I had to do it 4 times to show Marsha P. walking as a baby, as a toddler, as a middle schooler, and as a grown adult transformed after her transformation. And this was like 20 pages, and it was very challenging because the walking cycle is very long. My water pollution flipbook was pretty straightforward considering my Marsha P. flipbook, so I didn't really face any challenges with doing that. The other challenge that I had was I kept changing my ideas. So I knew I wanted to do a flipbook, but I just didn't really know. Like at first I wanted to do 3 flipbooks, but then after I did my investigation stage, I realized how hard it is to do a flipbook, and so I cut it down to 2. And for me, obviously quality was more than quantity, so it wasn't more of like the quantity that I had to do, was more of like the amount of messages that I wanted to show through my flipbooks while practicing making flipbooks. So that's why I wanted to do 3, but it didn't work out because of time again, and I'm glad that I narrowed it down to 2. But then I knew that I was going to originally do one about racism and the other one about water pollution, and I had a perfect idea about water pollution all along, but I kept changing my ideas about my racism flipbook. At first I wanted to represent real life stories and combine all of them, and it was just like a chaos, so I'm glad that I stuck with Marsha P, creating a Marsha P flipbook. At the end of the day, it was a big risk for me because I kind of did a little bit of my previous plan for my racism flipbook, and then I went back to do my water pollution flipbook, and then I completed that, and then I went back to my racism flipbook, and my deadline was like very close, so I just changed my idea quickly and kept the same pages that I did, but I added more onto that. So I showed Marsha P growing throughout her life. Although there were some things that challenged me, I think in the end of the day I learned a whole lot. I further developed my research skills, and obviously I did have to research about Marsha P. Johnson and water pollution, but the most research I had was about making a flip book, which was my whole intent, obviously, to practice art and do that. And I think I also further developed my art skills too, obviously, since this is about creating a flip book. And I took a risk, which is an IB Learner's Profile skill, and I further developed that. So I'm proud to say this project was a success indeed. In all honesty, all the challenges I had faced contributed a lot to my time management, but I still managed to create something that I'm very fond of, because it met all my criteria, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to further see my flip book, please check out my website, and thank you for watching. Bye!